Today, the JSE welcomes a new member to its prestigious Mainboard. In an echo of the great African tribal traditions, the kudu horn signals celebration and marks the birth of this alliance with a vision of growth and prosperity for years to come. The call of the horn is testament to the pride of this great institution that is brought to life by companies such as these. Today, welcomed as a most revered and valued member, JSE, driven for your growth.
Good morning and welcome to this morning's Market Open. Today we welcome aReit Prop Limited to the Johannesburg Stock Exchange as it lists on the REIT sector. A new listing carries the hopes and dreams of management teams and employees who have invested time and resources in the growth of a promising organization. For investors, a new listing brings the excitement of new investment opportunities. Today's listing reaffirms the confidence that quality issuers such as aReit have in the South African market. To the aReit team, we hope that listing on the JSE's Mainboard will serve as a springboard for your next growth phase. On behalf of the JSE and the broader market, congratulations on achieving this enormous milestone. The JSE looks forward to a long and beneficial journey together.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Manja Jaspers, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer for aReit Prop Limited, abbreviation APO on the JSE Mainboard. Thank you to the JSE Committee for giving us this opportunity to list aReit Prop on the Mainboard today, and also for giving me some time to say a few words. I would like to thank my partner, Jacques Osse, for developing these 20-year leases out of the ashes of COVID and for creating the platform for aReit product today. Throughout the gloomy days of lockdown, we had spent hours looking at our buildings who had produced so handsomely for us in the past 20 years, wondering how we could reinvent them and indeed reinvent ourselves. We were approached by Wayne Troughton from HTI Consulting, who had a client who was looking for a hotel property in Cape Town and who actually preferred to take on a lease. We had subsequent meetings with Osborne Majuru from Cresta Hotels, and by early 2021 the deal was done and Cresta commenced their lease with us in April 2021. From there, the seed was sown, and between Jacques and our financial director, Abdul Hadi Ismail, we started to investigate the possibility of listing on the JSE using the lease concept in a REIT structure. In discussions with an old associate, Nicky Fontas, we realized that Nicky had extensive experience in the REIT space, and so we began to finalize our unique concept. We wanted to separate the risks of ownership, and therefore we approached the JSE for a ruling on our proof of concept, whereby a landlord stroke vendor sells their leases to aReit Prop and remains a shareholder in aReit, and the tenant operates and maintains the leased buildings stroke spaces on a turnkey basis. The JSE then duly approved our concept. Our other property, Fountains Hotel, then became the focus of our attention, and we were fortunate to enter into negotiations with aReit, who had just launched a new hospitality division and who, like Cresta, were looking for footprint in Cape Town for their new brand Indalu Hotels and Resorts. We had fantastic meetings with both the CEO of Indalu, Andrew Rogers, and the owners of aReit, and a lease was signed for commencement on November 1st, 2021. We then extended the lease concept to our smaller property, Lady Hamilton Hotel, which was then leased by prominent rehabilitation practitioner Dr. Duncan Lawrenson of Suncare, a medical step-down and recovery centre. Ensuring that we added some diversity to the lease portfolio, we also agreed terms for a 20-year lease with Superside for a billboard atop our property in Strand Street. Although the overall concept is in fact a very simple one, it did take time before we had the proverbial light bulb moment. And from there, Nicky introduced us to Michelle at Acacia Cap as a potential sponsor for our listing. After several intense discussions in late 2021, everything started to align with the sponsor Michelle, Nicky, Jacques, Abdul and myself all on the same page, and so the journey began. We would like to thank our bankers, Standard Bank, our auditors Mazars, and W Consulting, who assisted us in qualifying our product. Having now been listed, we are all very excited about the future direction of aReit Prop, which we intend growing both locally and internationally, using the same safe, simple and secure formula. I would just like to take time to reiterate the formula which we have used. The first component is that we have a vendor who remains part shareholder of a listed company. We then place the REIT in the shoes of the owner without taking any of the inherent risks of ownership and no gearing. And the final part of the concept is securing a reputable tenant who then pays a guaranteed fixed rental and an opportune variable upside. This simple, risk-free formula can be used across any segments of industry where a REIT receives rental income. I would like to end by expressing my thanks to everyone involved, and we look forward to being part of the JSE Mainboard.
Welcome also from myself, Martin Koch, from the trading operations. We welcome you to the listing, and we are taking you live this morning across YouTube and all our social media channels to watch the listing of aReit, as you can see in a few minutes on our live screen. The screen, this is what the rest of South Africa and the world will be seeing and watching this morning as we bring the APO listing live to you. The security code for our listing this morning, APO, is the unique code that will be identifying this listing, aReit, for investors and traders alike, to ensure that they know exactly who and what they are trading. On the screen, it is live at the moment. We are in currently an opening auction on the JSE. This means that we give 30 minutes between 8:30 and 9 o'clock for the market to sort themselves out, to get ready for the trading day, and to make sure that their bids and offers, their buys and sells, are all on the order book and ready for trading. And likewise, that is happening today on APO. We hope to see a few orders appearing on the screen. Again, for those that have joined us, this is a live screen and you're seeing the live data on your screens at the moment. If you have a look at the screen, we are looking at the bottom right-hand corner. This is our graph around the all-share index, and you can see how it has risen and changed over a one-year period. We had drops, we had rises, and it's just showing you what has happened on the JSE. The screen just above, we are hoping to show you the first trades in APO, the REIT, this morning, and as soon as those appear, that graph will be updating. In the other columns that are present on the left-hand side of the screen, we have the bids column and the ask columns. Bids means the buys, all the buyers that want to own this APO share this morning, that have put prices and bids up on the screen. Ask means anyone that would like to sell this instrument this morning, and those prices will be appearing there as well. Once some of those match, once there's a trade and an agreement between those two, buying and selling at a certain price, there will be a trade, and that will appear in the middle of our screen in that column and tell us exactly the price, the trade time, and how many shares or the volume that has been updated in that trade. The rest of the details you can see, as any trader would like to get a summary of this instrument, across the middle of the screen. There are a lot of zeros at the moment because this is a new listing. This share has not traded before, but you will see the volume, the bid and ask price, the open, the high, the low. All of those values will be updating throughout the day and as soon as there's activity on this instrument. The JSE moves into an uncrossing auction at 9 o'clock. And we have a 1-minute random uncrossing to allow the market not to be gamed and shares to uncross randomly within those 60 seconds every day. So we will be hoping to see APO uncross and be live on the JSE by no latest than 1 minute past 9. At the top of the screen, once the market is open in another 90 seconds, you will see trades appearing of all the instruments of the JSE as the ticker flashes their trade, their up or down status in red or green, their movement, and the total number of shares that have traded for easy access of traders that have the screen open. The same is then available for APO once it trades, and a trader or investor can very easily see the shares and numbers and the statistics around how many volume and value has traded for this instrument on the day. As we head towards the next few seconds of the market open, as we know the market opens for no one, we'd like you to join us in a virtual live countdown of the APO listing this morning. As we've mentioned, the auction will end at 9 o'clock, and we are hoping that we can see a few bids and a few offers appearing on the screen for APO this morning. The JSE will be live and uncrossing in the next 20 seconds. And as soon as we have the uncrossing, we will link back to this view and see if there are any trades that have appeared on the APO instrument this morning. I'd like to congratulate APO and aReit this morning. And in the next 5 or so seconds, you're live trading on South Africa's premium exchange, the JSE. Welcome. And the JSE is open this morning. As you can see on our screen, as we show you the live data, the ticker is active. There are trades running across the screen. Unfortunately, too fast for us to show them all to you. It would just be a blur, and we've slowed them down. Well done to APO. Well done for your listing this morning. Good luck in all of your trading activity. And I hand back to Valdine, ready from our capital markets division.
As we wrap up today's celebrations, I'd like to once again congratulate aReit Property Limited and extend my well wishes to the team as they expand their horizons. Thank you for your time today. We are honored to welcome the team to the JSE family. We remain in a virtual medium, so we'd like to hand over this listing trophy and certificate virtually to the aReit Property team. All the best in your success and growth ahead.